I don't even remember where I left off. I don't even remember where I last left off. We'll find out. Yes. Okay. This was the one that was down first. Go this way first. Now I'm gonna turn off comments. Alright. I'm gonna pull up comments on my phone on Twitch. Okay, let's see here.
You're conserving water from the spring.
Yes, it enables me to control the water in the drain sewers to some extent. Also, it can be used for all sorts of purposes.
Like for drinking?
Well, that too. But mostly to run different machines.
Ah, like water mills.
Exactly.
What I like about Alexander, but at the same time, I don't get why you're supposed to kill him. At first, I didn't understand, but now that I've seen his axe, I get it. Oh, I made it. No. You shouldn't be.
7th of August, 1839. There is no denying that Alexander puts a lot of faith into what I can only describe as magic. I'm not surprised. Even while traveling across Europe, I assumed I would have to embrace the supernatural to save my mind and life. As a novice, I do everything in my power to stay focused and not dwell too much on my own doubts. Alexander woke me up early and told me it was time we got started on our work. He was obviously excited to get going, and we headed downstairs to the old dungeon.
Hello.
He preferred to attempt
I
his
have that on.
rituals.
I should probably shut
It
that
turned
off.
Sure. He showed me several rooms fitted for specific research, such as anatomy studies, alchemy, and botany. The crown of Brennenburg must be the inner sanctum, a most hallowed ground where we shall attempt to permanently banish the orb's shadow.
Interesting. Oh, I gotta twist this too, don't I? Run. I think there's a thing here. So I thought anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. How did I do this one? Okay. I was just assuming, to be honest. I had no idea how to do that one before. I just remember something with a lock.
8th August, 1839. I could never be certain until today that I was on the right path. Using my orb, Alexander managed to channel its power unto us. The inner sanctum flared with blue, fiery light, and I could feel the same things I felt in the dark chamber in Algeria. It was like standing in suddenly.
No! God, I dropped my controller. My apologies. I'm sorry. Even as professional. I mean, I'm not a professional, I'm the working one. There's not supposed to be one here. What you mean? Run. Ah, it's one of these, huh? Turn that off. Redirect the sewer water.
9th of August, 1839. It is still early, and Alexander is busy preparing for the ritual later today. Seeing him this worked up makes me question why. What does he stand to gain? I realize he is curious about it all, but surely there must be more. Is he so foolish he will attempt to tame the power of the orb? I must admit that yesterday, when Alexander flooded the inner sanctum with blue light, I realized we had but graced the orb's true potential. This might turn out to be more than escaping a creeping shadow. It might be the beginning of something truly extraordinary.
Yeah. Was that just me? Yeah, because I drowned him. I murdered him. I'm a murderer. What? Oh, yeah.
Do you see, Daniel? It has yielded.
What?
The shadow. It has? For now. Come, let's get this out of here so we can get some peace.
Yes, let's. Where to?
Just down the corridor, to the morgue.
Are there more dead men there?
You did well, Daniel. Come, let's get going.
I unmute my headset? I'm not sure. The strange deaths among the servants and the prisoners have finally been resolved. It seems that the drain sewer, which has recently been opened up for use as a means of transport, is plagued by a peculiar poisonous fungi. The victims seem to have suffered an extremely quick outbreak of sickness affecting the entire body. Some of my men, including myself, are blissfully spared by this calamity, but it is clear that this cripples my progress. The prisoners die quickly and are contaminated by Vitae lacks the energy I seek. I shall immediately start working on a vaccine. Okay. The question is, does the vaccine guarantee 100% protection? Or is it like a kind of like one of those vaccines where it's only temporary? I fear for Daniel, for he is reckless. He is tainted by the approaching shadow, will not be able to pass the gate. Will he be able to accept this in the end? My love, I've seen evil in him. How am I to trust him with the truth? What cruel irony that I have to do unto what Agrippa did to me. Okay. The vaccine enabling man to work in the fungi-ridden sewer is a definite success. Unfortunately, only a few of the servants have been re-amended as the procedure proved difficult. The others will perish, and eventually I will have to create more of them to keep my experiments running. Note that an injection of vaccinated blood will work as a shield long enough to pass the sewers without any risk of infection. It will do fine for prisoners, for prison transport. Okay. Oh boy, it's a body of bodies. Anything in here that I should grab? Because I have no remembrance of this area. I'm just gonna say there's nothing in there for me that I need. The body's still stiff from rigor mortis.
I hear you breathing, Daniel. Do you hear me? Have you changed your mind?
In which way do you mean? I do have a glass container. There's something still missing. Oh. Oh. There's something still missing. What could be missing? What do I need? Is it in this room? Is it nearby? Because I don't remember. Maybe it's on a shelf. Maybe not. Blood cannot be injected from the proper pool. Get that, but also, how is the body pouring that much blood unless it's still alive? I want to say this room is kind of empty for the moment. Okay, I think there's something that comes down this way, right? There's something that comes don't quite remember. Okay.
What happened? Why are all these dead? Where am I? What's happening? Help! Anybody! Help!
Okay. Tinderbox. Take. Is there anything else?
3 days now. This is ridiculous. Why doesn't someone enter this room? Hey! Anybody! Am I all alone here? Help! Help! I'm so tired. If I sleep. I wake in this nightmare. If not, I pray my Heavenly Father will take me in my sleep.
Okay. Now can I put this together? I can't.
Get her back!
That got dark very quickly for some reason. Like I said, I don't remember if anything happens here. Okay. Boy. Don't come in this room, please. My sanity is gone. Okay. Yes, please. Commander Rude, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a long time. Wait a minute. Okay, that's the mooring. Can I not fill my oil? My lantern with oil? I don't remember. suit. Okay. I don't want to know if I can go back. I'm gonna let so fast. Be fast, boy. He's such a fast boy. Okay, 2 doorways. Ladder and a kind of a block. Oh, something's on the other side of that room. How do you know that? Ah. A few drops of oil. Good. That's slow enough? 'Cause don't you need like no, you want it as slow as you can possibly get it. That's what I remember anyway. Please don't come this way. Please don't. Have mercy. Nah, I'm saying have mercy to the merciless. that way. It's okay with me for now. There's no other way I would lock it. That way's locked. What about this way? Wow, I see. As I could possibly get it. Right over here. I thought he would. Oh, hi there. Different box. See what I'm supposed to do. I don't know where he is. I hope he's not behind me. Okay.
What's happening? What are you doing? Let me go! Please, don't take me! Nobody ever returns!
I don't know if I should run or if I should still... I don't remember what happens after that. Okay. I go up. This is a door that you can open. Hi. Hello. You're dead.
Daniel, turn around this instant. You are carrying the shadow with you.
I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to. forward so fast. Which way did it go? I think it just disappears once in a while. Whatever. Anything I can throw that causes it to run, 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 run. Oh, go faster, climb the ladder faster. Ah. That thing destroys doors so fast. 2 hits and it's dead. The door. Ah. Climb. Oh, that thing. Ah, I just barely escaped. Okay, let's take a look. What's in here first? Oh, 2 levers, my favorite.
9th of August, 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind. I did not even realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me. Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time. What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
I don't know what you should have done. Left the man alive. Okay. This is going to be a long and painful process, isn't it? The ladder broke during the ascent. It is not possible. Okay.
Agrippa. I need you to stay awake. Can you feel the syringe?
No, I can't feel anything. Alexander?
Yes.
Soon, I won't even be able to move, will I?
Your life is safe.
I don't doubt that. But will it be worth living? Thank you. You have my gratitude. My name is Agrippa. Who might you be? Daniel? Like the prophet thrown into the lion's den? Tell me, are you among the lions, Daniel?
Yes.
You want to stop Alexander? Oh my, so Babylon shall fall, you say? You worry too much. Alexander is toothless without an all. He has one. That's not very promising at all. The sanctum is basically impenetrable, but against the wild wall. It could be breached by another, but Alexander broke his, my own, a long time ago. Really? Well, if you tell the truth, by all means, seek out the pieces of the broken oar and mend away. I believe he uses them for torture now. They practically leak madness, which is quite useful, I understand. There should be 6 of them. Look around the choir and the transept. You should be able to find them there.
Okay.
Daniel, I hate to bother you further, but if you're really going after Alexander, would you consider taking me with you? I know it sounds ridiculous. Look at me. But if you find anything concerning a man named Johann Reyer, would you please bring it to me? I believe he was working on a way to help me. A recipe for some sort of potion, a tonic to free me from this husk of mine.
Okay. I'll take a look around. I want to notes. Vaccine. In case of missing rod. No. Except that the dying man seeks a note written by a man named Jonah Meyer. One is needed to enter the inner segment and shattered to pieces. Lie scattered in the torture rooms. 2 levers on the top floor are not working. There's probably some problem with the machinery. Okay. Cheating equipment ammo. Okay.
What lever? Oh, that one. So many of Alexander's things are breaking down. Look around. Maybe the other room. There are machine parts hidden all over this place. You'll find a way to fix it.
Right here.
Cornelius Agrippa. I was once quite important here. Baron Alexander stayed my soldiers dead hard for years. Who knows how many? Hundreds of them. Alexander is quite impressive in many ways, but he has grown impatient.
Yes,
By me? I'm the next best thing. Alexander really wanted none other than Johann Reyer. You never heard of Johann Reyer? My God, boy. He's probably the greatest man in history. And you don't know him? Or is it the world who has forgotten him?
You talk about this guy, but yet you don't. Okay, whatever. I'm not that. Yeah. Let's not go check that right now. There's things I still gotta do around here. Things to collect. God, I'm getting stuck on everything. That scare you? I do better than that, but whatever. I don't care. I mean, that works. Yeah, it freaks me out a little bit. I know what that's for.
I know this. I've been here already. I know this taste. A taste of Damascus rose obfuscating the truth in a dim haze. They may sweep the traces from my memory, but my body remembers. These cuts speak volumes, even though my mind remains silent. They will be back. They will be back.
Okay. Alright.
Do whatever it takes. How are things coming? Where was my pupil? My pupil. Yes, I do take pride in that fact. Is it so wrong?
I don't know. I guess. I don't know. Who cares? Go open up those doors. Gotta go up again. No, running is usually pretty bad, but I'm pretty confident that I'm in a safe environment. Now, a little bit anyway. No, I'm not gonna say a lot, but safer environment. Barrel contains no. I know what those opened.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Are we really friends though?
Ah, you again. You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Thank you. says. In court, the Order of the Black Eagle spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one in the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found the Supreme Order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away, while I remain the same, aged not by time but by anguish. So what are you like? Is that what they're portraying you as? It's immortal? Kind of makes sense, but encrypted channels where taught me from the other side. I trust them with my truth, so through my efforts and study into something on and on can show such lack of compassion to see the power and disgust me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa as he is and has been for centuries my only link to the world beyond. Blair claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him everything first so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I have seen their deception. Optimism is most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Wire told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, Vitine, and Tamper. Tamper, the poisonous fungi, should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The Vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Then tamper, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing a word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling Karnik. I will have to address Wire with this, as he will have to supply me with a host, and also a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Okay.
That is good to see. Incredible. You found Vile's recipe. Then there might still be a chance. Listen carefully. Alexander is working on opening a gate, a door to another world. It's where he wants to go. If you could put your anger aside, let him open the portal before you take your revenge. Let me pass the gate, Daniel. Please, find the ingredients and prepare the tonic via the scribes. And do so before you assemble the orb. The barrier keeping you from the inner sanctum will only be breached for a short time. Unless everything is taken care of before mending the orb, you won't be able to save me.
Okay. Got a jar, got the turkey leg. Let's go to the choir first. I know it's...
The shadow. It's close now.
It has gone too far. The man was suffocating as he could no longer breathe properly between the lashes. Displeased, he started to look for the rose. I will.
August 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Paint the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything. Paint the man, cut the lines, paint the man, cut the lines. Leave the man cries. Now you see. I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
Jesus.
Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
Okay, get out of that one. Yeah. Yeah. My mind is going. If the liquid spread across his tongue, he swallowed excessively to consume every drop he looked through the window. And wide spread forest no more simple doesn't ever end, he thought.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all his pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
I can't see. Trader did not know what to think of the brass pool as he was forced to enter it. Only when the heat of fire began to scorch his skin and cook his blood did he realize it was to be his tomb. Each screams of pain echoed inside the brass chamber and traveled through the complex instrument, which was the bull's head outside the mansion. Man could hear the brass and bull bellow. I know what I'm supposed to, I think I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to light the fire, right? that, I wonder if I can climb that. But at the same time, I also don't want to fall off and die. So I'm just gonna not try that. I'm not tempting fate. Hey, oil. Nothing in that corner. There. Over here. Let's not fall, die, shall we? Tinderbox. Oh, hi there. I go that way. I'm gonna go sneak around you. I think there's two of them in this area, if I remember correctly. So I thought there was. Maybe I'm wrong. I have no idea. I don't remember. Yeah, do your bellow thing. Another tinderbox. Ooh, oil. And a tinderbox. I know I'm missing things, but I'm trying to collect all items. Or as many as I can possibly find, anyway. Another tinderbox. I feel like there's something behind me, but at the moment, I just don't care. Damned. No? Okay. Oh, it's this one. no. Something dumb. Oh, oh, jeez. Oh, that scared me shit. That actually got me. Jeez. That freaked. Oh, God. That was not. There stood absolutely still. The casket had been closed but a faint light made its way inside. A myriad of spikes pointed at him, glittering as they waited for his body to slip just for a moment. His knee jerked and he felt blood trickle down his leg. In pain, his head fell slightly forward. It took him a while to realize his eye had ruptured and begun to bleed. Good cuts and bruises. Okay. The other one. Say there's only like 3 things in this area. And the rest will be on the other.
The wheel is good for keeping your victim still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
But that's not what they did. He no longer had the strength to scream. The two men looked at each other knowingly and took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. way. Relying on one skill to perform something so delicate grants a certain form of pride. Sure. Okay. Next area. Something died inside of him that day. Watching that man slip away was more than his mind was willing.
Good to see you. Looks like you cleaned out the choir. Head for the transept and find the rest of the ore pieces.
Alright.
I found the Mithraeum funds, one which had not been plundered. Do you know Mithraism? I suppose it was that. It is an old faith, building temples out of caverns. The dark walls being the universe, and inside are its followers. Humans watching the sky slowly tire. But the followers do have one thing to allow them a real sense of connection, creation. Some orbs.
Okay. I don't really care that much. Your faith. What you guys believe in.
Good to see. Not many orbs are left. They sometimes consume themselves, or break, then used by an uninitiated. I was lucky. The orb I found spared my life and returned to where I found it. I know because Alexander took it and brought it to
I guess I gotta go to the transept then. There's nothing else around for me to gather up. Not in here anyway. I should be paying attention to Discord. Oh wait, that didn't grab enough fucking ground.
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one. Prepare him.
Alright, let's go get all the pieces first. The break was hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood flooding from his belly. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and wouldn't move any further than then step back and wait for the victim to drain.
The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man! How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man! It was an accident!
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault! Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
It's not my fault. How do you accidentally set a man on fire? Tell me that.
No, please! I'll do anything! Whatever you want! Anything! I'll do anything! I'm innocent!
Arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered and off the impaler. It didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from the others. They could make him get there again. You mean forget again? Ah, there's bugs on the screen. Oh, Okay, what's this one about? The kidnapped sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted. Her body followed. Her shoulders gave way to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated their next step. Jesus. One more. The best for last. Maybe. No! Never mind, such Phil. He thought good men can safely cheer to departure as they are nothing but a burden to mankind. They shall not be used. Nope, need to go back. Sorry, I'm kind of missing someone at the moment. Okay. I've already done those two. Oh wait, no, I need to go upstairs now. Is there rope on this guy? I wanna see. Time to go up. Hey, Alexander. Huh? Hey, I bet. Ah. Yeah. Let it dry out a little, then put it in. It is you, my love, I miss the most, or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I'm not blind. I am a monster to them, a demonic sultan. Perched on a dark mountain top, there is a little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. I hope so. Oh god. How long is this? Okay. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding, even though the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem. But it will also hinder the effect I am after. The right sleeps to take are therefore to restrain while the victim is still dazed. Proceed by presenting the form of torture you are about to apply and then to continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient as it will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also, apply the pain in doses if possible, with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitatives, saturate the blood with its properties. Only with a careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again later. That's really messed up, but hey, I can't say anything because everybody's got their issues and sinful deeds, so I'm just one out of billions. But I don't know, I feel like torture is something you don't want to take. Oh, yeah. I did get roped, didn't I? No? I thought there was rope up there. Pick up string. Okay. Is it this one? No, it's the other one. Also, I should probably check the corners too, just to make sure. Excuse me. Okay, there's nothing there. Excuse me. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. Excuse me.
you have all the art pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you, but if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vaya's tonic before attempting to make the orb, there might still be a chance for you to save it. Please, my fate is in your hands.
My question is, how the hell do I do that? It's not like I got a crowbar to block those.
I see you have all the art pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you, but if you could find it...
Yeah, I can do that. I think the first time you enter. Like I said, I think the first time. Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. Sleep.
You had me worried. Quite frankly, I'm not sure what to do with you. I hold no grudge against you, Daniel. We are so very much the same, you and I. Did you really drink from the amnesia mixture? It does explain so much of your behavior. You never did finish what you set out to do. You talked about redemption, how you would face the orb's shadow and save our work, and me. I will grant you another chance to redeem yourself. You can wait here and stop the shadow. Thank you, friend.
Oh. Duh. like, wait a minute.
He sees what I see.
I see. Makes too much sense. Okay. More oil. There's a little left to say. I write solely to prevent myself from revisiting the memories of these last few days. If I am fortunate, I will fall asleep and time will pass without effort. I have begun to wean myself of my prison. When I first arrived, I felt like I was being buried inside a tomb, but now I feel the close walls comforting me. As long as I am here, there is no pain. The walls protect me from the outside. I even laughed earlier as one of my wardens dropped a key down the pipes. It gave me hope. For a second, thinking I could escape if only I could somehow reach it from here. In my dreams, Alexander, I am king. In my dreams, I best you and escape your clutches and return with all the knights of the realm, carrying pistols and sabers in my dreams. Positive death thinking, but sad, no matter which way you look at it. Okay. I don't get what that was about. Can I move you? No? Okay, sounds good. I could never collect old timber boxes in this game. Not good at that. I don't get people who can collect everything like that. I get lucky if I can collect like 50. I think I have 50. Yeah, 54. That's about the limit I can find, usually. Okay. Now bring it back up. Picked up rusty key. I just want to make sure I didn't leave anything else. I wonder, would this come off if I did this? No? Okay, so is there a crowbar somewhere? Not in here, maybe. Hazel turned 15, she had lived 3 years longer than Dr. Tate had foreseen. Her parents had given up from exhaustion and decided to have her committed for permanent treatment at Canterbury Hospital. But she was still alive, she had embraced him and wished him a grand adventure in Algeria. Oh, that's sweet of her to do that. Okay, I survived. Haha. Bite me. Hi. I got the bone. Whoa. What's that note about? Alexander became silent. He didn't know what to say. He could no longer recognize his friend sitting across the carriage.
18th of August, 1839. Tonight, we will unlock the power of the orb and ultimately banish the shadow hunting me. I feel it closing in on me, and I fear for my life more than ever. Just outside Altstadt lays a small settlement where Zimmerman, a dairy farmer, lives with his wife and 3 children.
Oh.
The coach went there. Our visit was unexpected, and Alexander was able to strike Zimmerman down without alerting the others. As he went to take care of the farmhands, I began to look for the children. We should have more than enough prisoners to finish the ritual now.
So you're the monster, Daniel and Alexander. The crying had stopped, and he could hear a whisper coming from the cell. They were up to something, and he would have to punish them. I need a crowbar. Ow. Oh, maybe I don't need a crowbar. Because doesn't it... I don't remember. I think the door breaks on its own, if I'm correct. Ow. Okay, yeah, it breaks on its own. Oh, problem is, what do I do Oh, okay. Uh, oops. Okay. Just for the sake of it, you know?
I thought I lost you. The castle trembled, and I could hear the chancel collapse. The laboratory might be accessible now.
Oh, I got that. Yeah, I got that.
You did it. Thank goodness. Now, pay attention. First, feed me the tonic, and then use the saw to remove my head. As the tonic begins to run, you'll be able to cut off my head without taking my life. Then, take my head and bring it with you. As you enter the gate Alexander is opening in the inner sanctum. What do you mean? Why wouldn't you enter the gate? We can't argue now. You need to act. Quickly, off with the head. And then, whatever happens, get me through that gate.
Where'd the saw at, though?
Vi was a brave man, and dared to proceed where I did not. He unearthed a number of cavern temples, and gathered a whole collection of orbs. But, unlike every other finder since the fall of the Mithraean faith, he was able to unshackle the horror you and I connected with the orbs. He used them, and was able to travel
I don't know where the saw is.
beyond the world itself.
Over here, maybe? Yeah, okay. Bones,
Me, powerful. That's the way I thought.
now. Nice. I got his head. For some reason. But I've already did that one. Why is it? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's not the right way. Also, what time is it? 1:30? Only 1:30? I think I'm gonna end the stream here and finish this off tomorrow. Alright guys, I'm gonna get off. Been streaming for a few hours. You guys have a nice night. Alright. Have a good night, guys.